Everybody, welcome to the first episode of Hyde Street from Image Ghost Machine by Jeff Johns, Ivan Rice, Danny Mickey, Brad Anderson, Rob Lee. Top talents, I don't know Danny Mickey, but the rest I know. Super cool cover by Ivan Rice. Is it Ivan Rice? Ivan Rice? Doesn't matter. Anyway, so this book, I believe this comic you can basically describe as Twilight Zone, or The Outer Limits, something like that, or Tales from the Dark Side, a little bit that. It reminds me of. Not sure if this is the direction that they are going, but this is super cool. So we start. Okay, and look at this color palette: white and black, and nice orange red with light green. And you can see what this is actually is if you pause the video, right? And it seems that a dark voice is telling you what is going to happen, just like in those television shows from yesteryears. So this old woman tried to cross the streets, but it's under construction. And look at this gorgeous, gorgeous art by Ivan Rice. Ivan Rice, you probably know from a lot of, DC books. He did Ghost. He did also a lot of Green Lantern. I believe that was his breakthrough, and a lot of other comic art. Check that out. Anyway, he also did Batman. He says, "What am I going to do?" Because she wants to, want to cross the street, but she can't somehow. And then she hears a voice, "Excuse me, young lady," and oops. It's Billy the Boy Scout. It's not called Billy, but I'm calling him. Let's say he's a Boy Scout. He said, "Can I help you cross the street?" He says, "Oh, where did you come from?" "I'm from Trooper number 422, ma'am. I'm trying to earn my support a senior citizen badge. May I carry your groceries? They look awfully heavy." Right? So, and this guy also have a hat on. Anyway, he says, "It's safe. You can walk with me." And then you asking some questions. "Hey, where do you come from?" Right? And she says that she was here with a husband and a daughter years ago. And but she also said that she lost her daughter and her husband 13 years ago to this very day. "I had a hermit crab who died," says the young boy. "I left him in the sun too long." And then she says, "I could have sworn I parked right over here." And she doesn't know where she is. And then, so this Boy Scout says, "Hey, young lady, I meant to ask you, what are you hiding?" "Excuse me?" "In the bag here, take a peek." And then bag of cyanide, and I don't know, it's just engulfed. She's been almost engulfed in flames, and she drops in, and she cannot move because her leg or her foot is stuck into the pavement. And there is some steamroller coming away, and the Boy Scout says, "Your daughter went quick, but your husband, you had to be patient. Frank was a big man, wasn't he? Still, you gave it to him day by day, drop by drop, into an instant cinnamon oatmeal. You poisoned him like you did your baby girl. Cynthia died in 2 short days, but it took 3 grueling years for you to put Frank into the ground." And she says, "I did no such thing." He says, "That's right, don't admit it. Please don't beg for forgiveness." And it's too late for her because the steamroller is rolling her over. And he says, "You mess with the kid, especially your own, I mess with you." And, she's dead. And then he magically gets a badge. And he's laughing and he's bumping into this guy. He says, "What do you want?" "I want out of here, but you're making that difficult." And then we see, "Where is here, you ask?" You have that voice in your head. You can read this, right? So, like I said, this reminds me a lot of, television shows, horror-esque shows with weird stuff going on that is barely or not explained at all, right? Like you are in an alternate reality, or maybe a different time zone, or as it seems here, I believe this is a more little bit like good, evil, heaven and hell kind of stuff. right? Here on Hyde Street, just like Elm Street, but then different without Freddy Krueger. You walk too slow, Mr. X. You always do, because this is Mr. X-Ray. Unraveling someone takes time, Pranky. It's an art, not a demolition job. Steamroller says different. Death isn't the goal, damnation is. If the woman has asked for forgiveness, you had slipped right through your fingers. But she didn't, didn't she? Besides, that old lady under the asphalt is a kid killer. Regardless, there is an understanding among us. All right, so they basically are choosing which way the whole thing is going, right? Heaven or hell, damnation or death, or maybe something in between or not at all. Anyway, he says, hey, see this badge? He gave me the point. There are rules on Hyde Street, Pranky. Yeah, and here's the only one I care about. Finders keepers, losers weepers, Mr. Peepers. Hee hee ha ha. Those of us caught at this twisted intersection of reality and illusion are simply known as the residents. Like the boy, we had a life before Hyde Street, a story. But make no mistake, it's only the beginning. So yeah, I believe these are probably damned souls that been stuck here, maybe in this some kind of a limbo afterlives, but they can present themselves to the residents that live around here and damning them, I guess. Anyway, so we go back in time and then see Mr. X here, Frederick Xavier Ray, is basically selling stuff to kids, right? Because it makes money. This is super cool too, and you can pause the video and read it. I mean, we all have stuff like this back in the day, right? When you go to a toy store and you see this and oh man, X-ray vision. Wouldn't that be cool? Of course it didn't work, and they all know that. So we have Jimmy here, and this is 1966. It was the golden age of advertising, a time of glittering promise and cunning persuasion. Like many working on Madison Avenue, I was nothing unique, just another man molded by manipulation and greed. Now meet Jimmy Smith, a graphic designer by trade and a sad sack of circumstance. His talent made him useful, but his newly grown conscience quarrelsome. Why does it have to be kids we're targeting, Freddy? Getting adults to part with the money can prove tricky, Jim, but kids are easy. Look at them details, man, and the backgrounds. Amazing. All right, so he says, everyone in the world lies, Jim. We're all a commercial for someone we're not. Remember what Mr. Milton has plastered on the walls of our old office? Sell them what they want to believe. Sell them what they want to believe. And kids want this all to be real. X-ray glasses, piranha people, giant-sized monsters. We're disappointing thousands of American children with this mail-order junk. Oh, this is all beneath you, isn't it? Jim, don't get on a high horse now. I see who you really are. Now, this is getting interesting, right? There's a lot of manipulation going on here. You don't tell me that you can see my skeleton, Freddy. Oh no, but I see the ones in your closet, Jim. So it seems years ago they worked together, on a project, and the project took a big toll on Jim. And so he needed pills to keep working on a project, right? Because of deadlines. And Mr. X-Ray gave him the pills, right? You got caught embezzling and you were out on the street despite your undeniable talent, which, I always admired. But when Milton fired you, I walked away in solidarity. Or maybe it was pity. You got embezzling too, Freddy. But who was it that gave you a place to sleep when your life unraveled, when you lost your house and your wife took your kids to live with a mother in... Where was it? Yes. I keep quiet about your fall from grace, but word got around somehow. Jobs dried up, so I came up with this business. A last-ditch effort, a unique opportunity. Yet every morning I watch you stare out of that window, way up here on the 14th floor, and now you're not daydreaming or what was, or what could be, Jim. No, you're wondering, is this the day I jump? But it never is. And that's good, Jimmy, that's very good. We all have skeletons in our closets. Don't let any hypocrite tell you different. As long as I'm around, Jim, you'll be around too. And soon we're both going to be very rich. I love this. This is cool, man. Anyway, so he gets a package and he says, "This is my $1 million idea. What is it?" "The pet sensation of 1966. It's the pygmy marmoset, Jim. The world's smallest monkey." So the world's smallest monkey's been traveling over the world in this shoebox package. Of course, this little creature is in total panic and wants to escape, but also seeing the banana. But then Mr. X got him. But then the monkey bites him, jumps out of the window after the banana, and, well, it's dead. "Well, at least it was quick," says Mr. X. I like this panel here, right? It's cool. Anyway, so, and then it seems that this monkey, like I said, I think this is part of the afterlife. And he says, "I'm not in the mood for your antics today. I don't know how many more times I can apologize. I said I was sorry." And then he hears a scream for help. And then this man approaches him and he says, "Help, somebody help. I don't want to fix my face anymore." "But they won't listen. Tell them, please." He said, I could, but then Dr. Ego is waiting, Mr. Tyler, and the dog has a very busy schedule. "No, don't take me back. I changed my mind." I could do what the boy does. I could take this patient right now for myself and even show him the way out. But I don't want to get on the doctor's bad side. I have enough enemies in here. Right, in here. So, like I said, they're trapped here somehow. I like that a lot. Now, Jimmy is sleeping in the office. When he comes here, takes a cigarette, Jim would jump out of the window the next day. Those who survive the fall often describe a single chilling thought in midair. This was a mistake. Regret becomes their sole companion in that long but brief descent. I wonder if Jim shared that sentiment on his way down. And then he says, "Can I help you?" And this little girl, "What do you want, kid? If you're looking here for a refund, read the fine print." There aren't any. Looks like the devil's work, right? And she says, "Daddy?" "Mom died. She was very sick. I found this letter on the desk, but she never mailed it." And he reads and he says, "Oh no, you're Judy? I'm living with my uncle now, but he's mean. He's awfully mean. Her brother? Your mom wouldn't have left you with him the way he drinks. Can I come with you, Daddy?" No, I told her I didn't want. She said she'd leave me out of it." "But Daddy, stop calling me Dad." What's going on here, right? Does his emotions get a reaction in the reality around him? I do not know, but it's very intriguing. So what is this? So, and then she runs away because she's all crying and she's, "Judy, Judy, wait!" And he runs after her and it's gone. Oh, she is gone. He says, "Hey, mister." So, oh no, it's the Boy Scout here. He says, "How about some ice cold lemonade?" "Did you see a girl?" he says. "Come on, just one glass." "Did you see a girl or not?" "Maybe. What if she meant it to you?" And he takes off he's becoming angry. "I was no saint before I found myself on Hyde Street, a man with a few dark chapters written in his margin of his life. But the people I've encountered here, they make my past seem as harmless as the lemonade stand on a hot summer day. Soon enough, you'll meet some of them." Uh-oh. There is one who stands apart, presiding over all, a president's more malevolent than the rest. An architect of this twisted reality. He has no story, no past that we know of, only half-seen moments and dark demands. We call him the scorekeeper. And the scorekeeper says, "You have a talent, Mr. A, and you will use it for me." Uh-oh. And then he goes to this, I don't know, in the woods. And he wants to talk to this little boy. "Hey, it's Junkyard Joe comic, right? Cool." He says, "We all playing the same game, old man. Let's not forget, it's because of you I'm stuck in this nightmare, you insufferable pest." Uh-oh, what did he do, right? And you Gromos always love calling me names, don't you? I'm doing the exact opposite of everything you said. I'm going after every poor sap who set foot on Hyde Street, and you all be trapped here forever. No, that can't be my fate. I won't let it be. I will escape Hyde Street, even if it means damning 10,000 others to do it. that leads us to the next issue. And then we see a scoreboard in black and white. And there's a camera here. So are these the residents that are damning other people? Who knows? But we're going to find out in the next issue. I like this very much. This is something new. It's fresh. I haven't seen this in a while. I mean, not in comic book form. And if it does, I mean, this is doing a pretty fantastic job keeping on your toes. It's great art, great direction, a lot of, presence here, good, something evil. What is going on? I want to know more. Guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.